Doc Rock. Join me at the top. How you all doing? Hey, it is a good day to be with you. And this is Dr. Caracas Watkins, Doc Rock. Okay, and let me turn this down because I had my video on, and so that don't need to be on. But we're going to be talking today about coping, with COVID, emotionally, how we're going to cope with COVID-19. Now, let me say this to all my Ability Plus family that's on. Please sign your name to all our friends from here in our community and around the world. If you tune in, just let us know where you're at, where you're from. The seminar is not about solving COVID-19. It's not about whether we should go back to work, not go to work, whether we should have X amount of people in a building. It's not about any of those type things. It's not political whatsoever, the seminar, and is not about economics. It is about how we cope with COVID-19 emotionally. Now, before we get started, I do want to say our hearts go out to all those who have been affected by COVID-19. Whether there's a loved one that's sick or you lost, God forsake, or whether your business being affected or whatever it may be, we pray for you. We pray that things get better and that you keep going forward and that you do not stop. Okay, because it's some things that we're dealing with. But it's all right. It's going to be all right. Now, I want to let you know that we're going to reference some material from a seminar that Sun Life did with ComPsych, okay? So a lot of the material going to be referenced from them, so I just want to give them their due credit for that. We're going to be referencing some of that material from that seminar. About three things we're going to cover. One is we're going to cover the ability to cope. We're going to talk about self-awareness and self-management. Then number two, we're going to talk about stress reactions and their impact, okay? And then number three, we're going to talk about some coping strategies. Now, we all are dealing with many, many emotions when it comes to COVID-19. And dealing with those emotions, we have to have some emotional intelligence. As most of you all know, we certified in teaching emotional intelligence. And it's very important that we put our emotions in check, okay, and that we put them in the right place so we can make the right decisions during this time. Because during this time, there are several people who have to make decisions that will affect people's lives. Some of you are making decisions that are affecting people's lives. Here, even at Ability Plus, we are touching people. We are being part of people's lives. And I said touching not necessarily physically, but touching their lives. We're dealing with a group of population of people that are special to us, that can't fully take care of themselves. And then in your business, wherever you do business at or whatever you're doing, okay, I'm sure that there's things that's going on. So we have to be very mindful that our emotions and how we respond and how we see things and how we react to them, and we're going to talk about that a little later, is very important. And our emotional intelligence. I tell people, your emotional intelligence is very, very important. It's what we call a power skill. So that power skill is important for you and what you do every day, okay? Have I been affected emotionally by this? Absolutely. There's places that I want to go that I can't go right now. There's people I'm a hugger, okay? Sorry. And there's people I want to hug. I want to say, hey, I love you. Go forward. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. It's going to be good. And I want to say that up close. But can't do that up close. We have to keep our social, as I call it, physical distancing. And so we got to be physical distancing ourselves. That don't mean that we socially break our communication, but physically we stay apart in order to level off this pandemic so we can go forward in life. So number one, so let's talk about this coping. Let's talk about self-awareness and self-management. Self-awareness and self-management. Because people need to feel, number one, people need to feel like they can manage the situation that you're in, that they're in. You need to feel like you can manage that situation. And when we feel like we can't manage it, then our emotions start to stir up. And so we have to understand who we are. I say this all the time. You are who you are under pressure. You're not who you are when everything is going just perfect. You are who you are under pressure. And all of our emotions come from 5 core feelings. All of our emotions come from 5 core feelings, and that's happiness, sadness, anger, fear, and shame. All of our emotions come from those five feelings of happiness, sadness, anger, fear, and shame. And guess what? Many of us have experienced all of those, okay? Or maybe we experienced one or two of those, but we have experienced those because of COVID-19, uh, this new normal. Because none of us, I don't think, would have predicted that we'll be living through a pandemic that will literally change the way we do things on a daily basis. And so now we are coping with that physically, but emotionally we cope first. You are who who you are under pressure. See, your mind is so powerful. You are today what you thought yesterday. You'll be tomorrow what you're thinking right now today. The average human has 65,000 thoughts a day, and about 80 to 90% of those, research says, are negative. So we have to deal with those 65,000 thoughts, which becomes feelings every day. And most of them are done, of course, on the subconscious level. You don't know it, but they are shaping your day. They are shaping what you how you look at things and how you assess to make determination of what you're going to do on some things. And so you need to understand that. This uncertainty brings on this unforeseen stress. It's a stress that comes our way that we didn't see. We didn't see that it was coming. And one thing I would say, we have to get to know ourselves under stress. You have to get to know yourself under stress. How do I respond? How am I going to react? Because self-awareness is all about knowing who you are, knowing what trigger you, okay? Because these emotions many times causes us to make prompt decisions. It limits our vantage point. It limits our point of view and making decisions. And it causes us many times to just shrink in. And so we have to know the triggers and be aware of who we are and what trigger us to do certain things, because they could be negative and affect you in a negative way down the road. And guess what? You're not the only one that's being affected. We all are being affected, okay? But we're going to get through this together. We're going to rise up as we always have done as a country, as in our rural, and we're going to cope with these things. But let's talk about it. Because the more we talk about it, the more we start thinking about some things, the more we are to get on a pathway that's going to carry us further. So when we talk about self-awareness and then self-management, how we manage who we are in this pandemic, then we must think about self-concept. Now, self-concept is how you deliberate and how your values and your behaviors govern what you do in life. How your values and your behavior govern what you do in life. Now, part of self-concept is this thing called self-esteem. And that's how you feel about yourself, okay? So many times during stressful situations and even during this pandemic, we have to think about, how do we feel about ourselves? How not what others feel about us. How do I feel about me? When you get up in the morning, do you feel bad about what's going on? You feel bad, maybe you didn't do something, maybe a loved one that that's sick, and maybe I should have did some things that I didn't do, because that self-esteem will determine how you respond. It will determine if you go forward, if you keep kicking down the walls, if you say, hey, it's going to be a great day. Because many people getting up saying, hey man, wow, it's a bad day, I just feel horrible. Many people on Monday, we call, this Blue Monday, oh my goodness, it's Monday. Then we say, thank God it's Friday. Of course, I don't believe in any of that. It's Marvelous Monday to me. The day is Terrific Tuesday. We'll talk about that later. But so I control my feelings by my thinking, by my awareness of who I am, with this self-esteem. Now, also within self-concept, it's self-image. How do you see yourself? What do you think about yourself? Self-esteem is how you feel, your feelings inside. And we're going to deal with feelings and how that looks and what we need to do. But self-image is how you see yourself, okay? And during this pandemic, some, maybe they're working from home, and or maybe they're sad and just maybe don't even get up and comb your hair. I don't know. Maybe you say, what the heck? Let me just put on anything. Let's go out today, go get me some coffee. The world's coming to an end. Well, it may end it's going to end, but not today. I don't think, because I'm not God, so I really don't know. but how do you see yourself? What is your self-image? What's the image of you? Now, you're going to laugh, but, I got this morning, real me can wear pink, and I put this pink shirt on, and I felt good about myself, looked in the mirror. But I'm telling you something, when I put that little handkerchief right there, bam, I said, whoa, Doc, you got it going on. You're going to talk to a lot of people today. Hey, you got to feel good about yourself, your self-esteem, but your self-image, how you see yourself, is very important. So how you see yourself is important. So this thing about control, because when self-concept is there, is that you're controlling things around you. You're controlling how you feel. You're controlling, how you see yourself and what you think about yourself. And not how others see you. No. How you see you. Because you have to see yourself first in a position, of success. In a position that, hey, I can get through this. In a position that, yeah, my emotions are going crazy, but, I'm going to bring them back in, take a deep breath, and settle myself. So I want to go talk about right here, things I can control. This is inside me. See, this is you. This is you right here. Well, that don't work. Okay, this is you. And I'm gonna draw you. I'm looking at David right here. I'm gonna draw David. I got David. That's him. Okay, this is you. That's you. All right. Now, what can you control? You can control I control my words. I can control my ideals. I can control my actions. And other things. These are things I can control. And we need and so when you're dealing with things like this, we need to understand what we can control. We cannot control things outside of us. You can control how you respond to a crisis at the house. If you are part of an Ability Plus and you are a house manager or you are a DSP, or whatever, you can control that, But things outside of my control, you got to understand you can't control. So I can't control others' opinions. I can't control others' fear. I can't control that. I can't control others' ideals. So people can have ideals, they have opinions, they have fear, they have a lot of things that, hey, I can't control, and neither can you. So I can only control what I believe, what I see. I can't control someone getting alternative facts about COVID-19 and then taking on those alternative facts, which are not real, and then using them to lead their lives. You or I can't control that. But what you can control is what's inside your circle. You control you. And that's the only thing you can control. You can influence others, to do good things and encourage them to, hey, do physical distancing and encourage them to take care of themselves and sanitize your hands and wash your hands, all those things that we need to do. And we need to do, frankly, in my opinion, we should be doing them anyway. But you can't control things outside of that. So don't stress out about it, okay? You can't, you can influence the places that you have influence. By all means, influence them. But don't get in a place that you're trying to control something you can't, which brings stress upon you, which causes you to make bad decisions, make bad mistakes that not only will hurt you today, but may hurt you or the company that you're part of tomorrow, or the ministry that you're involved in, or whatever it may be. So it's very important that you do that. Now, I'm not standing up here talking to you as an expert, in knowing everything. I'm talking to you as a person who understands emotional intelligence, who's certified, who want you to know that you can manage you. So we got self-awareness, you got self-management. You can manage what you do in these situations at this time. Now, it has to be on purpose. It's not going to be easy sometimes. Sometimes you're going to have to go against your core. Go against how you feel. Go against, what's bubbling up inside of you. Go against the thoughts that's in your mind. You got to pull down strongholds, imagination. You got to pull those things down. You got to pull down things that's not good for your mental state and for your psyche. All right. So number one, we talked about self-awareness and self-management. All right. Now let's talk about stress reactions and their impact. And so let's talk about those as we reference some stuff from ComSci. All right. Number one is we have physical reactions. Okay. We have fatigue. We have loss of appetite. Maybe some of you are not eating like you should. Now, like me, I don't need to eat as much as I was. I need to shed a few pounds here and there. All right. Okay. Just on the lighter side. But maybe it's affecting your appetite. Maybe it's affecting. Maybe you have headaches. Okay, going on. You're sweating. You're just not feeling yourself, and you have to acknowledge that. You don't run from that. That don't make you a bad person or anything like that. That's just how you are physically reacting to a situation, to a pandemic, to something that will go down in history. How many people going to live through pandemics? Not a whole lot. Not since the Spanish flu that we even had one, right? Okay, so it's all right for these reactions, but it's not all right for you not to deal with them. You can, hey, I'm Doc Rock, I'm your friend. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm trying to suggest some things that will help you along the way to so you can get where you want to be, okay? All right. Then there are some behavior reactions. Talk about physical reactions. Let's talk about some behavior reactions, okay? Outbursts of emotions. We may even have some of our consumers, those that we serve, okay, here at Ability Plus, that have outbursts of emotions. They are accustomed to going to Walmart or going, to the movies, and now you can't go to the movies. So you say, hey, even with your kids, you say, you can't go to the movies, you can't go to the ball game, and they like, doggone it, I'd be glad. I hope this COVID-19 would stop. Why me? Just outbursts of emotions. I'm a senior. I'm supposed to graduate. My graduation is gonna be virtual now, or man, I can't go for senior skip day. I was looking to skip. I was gonna tell you, Mama, that I was gonna skip school. All that. Let's not beat up on our kids or on people, on those that we are serving, because those are behavior reactions that we're having. We're going to have. We got to manage those reactions, but we're going to have some of those reactions, right? Slack in work performance. Now, I hope you're not slacking. We need you going all out, and many of you are. But guess what? You may be in a product company, and your production has went down a little. You just kind of, and you're sitting back more than you was. Okay? Now, sometimes maybe that can be good in some cases because you was overworking and you were never at home, and now you're there for a little more and family time and all that. But we see that, avoiding other people. It's a behavior thing. I don't want to be around anyone. Now I know we physical distancing, but you're like, I don't want to be around anyone. Bye, see y'all later. Just forget it. You have an increase that you need to keep busy. You're edgy. I gotta get busy. I need to be busy. Now that you're spending more family time together, maybe there are some behavior things with family conflicts. You're arguing. You got kids at home that generally are not at home. So now there's conflict because you are accustomed to doing one thing. Now that they there, you got to do another thing. I'm not talking from experience. But yeah, yes I am. But really, and maybe there's some conflicts in there. We have to manage those. Okay, we have to manage those family conflicts. We have to manage even what's going on with other people and families coming in. All right, or want to come in, or want to have a party. Maybe now is not the time to have a big party. Just saying. But we have to manage those behaviors. Okay, and people gonna have behaviors, and some are even from Ability Plus standpoint. Some of our consumers, those we serve, gonna have maybe more behaviors. We have to manage that. And we have to understand, and we can't beat somebody up, and we can't say why this is going on. We just got to work our way through it, and we'll learn things from it, and we'll be better from it. Listen, everybody who's watching right now, you will be better from this if you take a hold of it. at the end, our companies will be better. We'll be better as individuals. We'll have more concern. I mean, we will be better as a community, as a country. I'm telling you this, okay? But we have to get through these reactions, and these reactions are there. Now, let's talk about emotional reactions. Talked about physical reactions. We talked about behavior reactions. Let's talk about emotional reactions. What are some of those? Fear, yeah, anxiety. Just, is this real? If you like me, it took me like a week to say, is this real? Am I really watching? Am I living through us not being able to go to the store? Am I living through me not being able to have church service as normal? I have as many people in the office. I mean, it took me a while. I mean, I was just like, no. I was like, oh my goodness, wake me up, pinch me when this is over, right? Those emotional. Maybe you irritable. Irritability is there. Maybe that's some anger. You mad. I know some of our kids are mad. Some college students are mad. And they angry. And we have to acknowledge that, and we have to funnel that anger in a different way. Maybe you angry that somebody a loved one or a friend or somebody that developed COVID, got sick, or Lord, maybe they passed away. Wow, I've had to deal with that. I've had some anger, but guess what? I can't let that anger stop me from being productive, stop me from going forward, stop me from helping people. All right, maybe there's been some grief, sadness, a little depression. Just kind of, let me just stay in my room. Don't open up the blinds. Just let's keep it dark in here. The world is dark. It's dark out there. Let me just kind of like stay depressed. Maybe that's been happening with you, okay? But deal with it. And I ain't saying deal with it like deal with it. I'm saying, hey, we're going to help you through. Deal with it. Face it. Face the giant. Face what's in front of you, okay? Maybe another emotional reaction, you feel helpless. Just helpless. I don't even know what to do. Have you felt like that? I have. I felt helpless. Like, what can I do? Some things you can take control of. This is like, it grows. It's like, what can we do? Now we know we flatten the curve, especially in the Metro Huntsville area, and we flatten it in other places as well by social distancing or physical distancing, as I would say, sanitizing and mask and all those precautionary things. Okay, so we're not really helpless. We may feel helpless. It may be an emotion and emotional that we're going through. Okay, some emotion, but we're not really helpless. We may just feel that way because there are things that we are doing, there are things you are doing that is helping what's going on right now. Some of you are doing fantastic jobs on your job. Some of you in our houses, some of you who are managers. I mean, you're doing great jobs, okay? Some of you pastors who are watching right now, I mean, you're doing great jobs of coping with this. It's like, man, I want to preach. I want to see my people. Come on. And you're like, you got to talk to a camera like I'm talking right now. and you have to deal with those emotions. It's like, oh, really? But guess what? You can do it. I'm telling you, you can do it, and you're doing it. You're doing it now. It's been over a month now. You're doing it. We're going to be better. Just stay the course. Stay the course. Deal with what's going on, okay? We had to shut down our ADAT, okay, which is our day program. We had to shut it down, okay? Send people to the homes. But guess what? Some of them are enjoying it. I mean, they're like, okay. And once some things open up just a little bit, we're going to be very careful with that. Then maybe they can go out to the park, or maybe they can go and watch a movie and be, 6 feet apart, or whatever it may be, okay? It's going to be good. It's going to work out. I'm telling you this, okay? You got to believe it, though. You got to believe it, okay? All right. Let's talk about some cognitive reactions. Reaction is cognitive, decision-making. One reaction is lack of concentration. Just can't concentrate. Just like, what? I found myself like, and I'm a very, as most of you all know, pretty focused person. I'm like, man, just like can't concentrate. Like, man, what's next? Because, right, guess what? We're dealing with uncertainty. We don't know what's next, The governor going to talk. We're talking right now. We'll find out in a few minutes some things. But we don't know. We're not certain. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know if the kids going back to school, in the fall. Maybe not. I don't know. It's uncertainty there. So it brings on stress. But we're going to be all right. We're going to deal with it. So some cognitive reactions. Lack of concentration. Confusion. Just confused. Okay? Memory problems. Just can't remember some things. Just like, oh, my goodness, my head is swimming. Hyper, okay, we just hyper vigilance, we just what's going, what's that? Just hyper vigilance, right? We have to deal with that. Reacting versus responding. Now we did a whole seminar on this. If you go into our Doc Rock Leadership YouTube, and matter of fact, go ahead and subscribe to that. We did a whole seminar on reacting versus responding. We don't need to react during this time. We need to gather up as much information, and you'll never make a decision with 100%, but get 80% is that good information, and then make a decision. Don't react. Wait, see what's going on. Make assessments. All of us will have to do this, and we have to respond and not react, because sometimes we quick. Let's do it. Come on, let's get it going. Come on, but we got to just wait and get the information we need, and then respond to what's at hand. And guess what? Sometimes you're gonna mess up. We're not gonna bat 1,000, as they say. But you are gonna be good. Okay. Another cognitive reaction is poor decision making. We talk about this problem solving. Our problem solving and decision making is not there. So those are some things that happens with us for its reactions. Now we talk about reactions and their impact. Let's talk about acknowledging the distress. Acknowledging the distress. Let me say this. It is normal to be in distress with uncertainty. That is a normal thing. Don't anybody act like you just don't have it and they smarter than you. It's normal. It's absolutely normal to feel this way in uncertainty. It is. Acknowledge your feelings to other people, those that you can trust. Tell them what's going on. Say, man, I just don't know. I just don't feel good. Help me. Just talk it out. Just go ahead and talk it out. It's okay. Do that. It'll help you some. So communicate with others. Start your journal. Journal some of these things. And I was reading the other day about how we need to journal this for history's sake. What went on during this time. We talk about many. Our great grandparents, or some of you, your grandparents or whatever, lived through the Depression. And some of you, of course, too young to have grandparents that did that. But anyway, and what went on during that time, and man, rationing food, and wow, we can't even hardly phantom it. But guess what? They won't be able to phantom this either. Okay, so go ahead and journal it down. Acknowledging things it don't resolve the problem, okay? But it does give you a pathway to grow. Give you a pathway to keep going forward. Give you a pathway, okay, to stay in it, okay, so you can be better. All right? Got a few more minutes, about 15 minutes, and we're going to be done. I hope you get something out of this, okay? Let me say this. Your emotions control who you are. They control what you do. They control the decisions that you make. And guess what? We all have them. We just have to manage them. Okay? Self-management, we call it. You got to manage those. All right? So you can manage yourself. And you can do it. You absolutely can do it. You absolutely can do that. All right. Number 3, last thing. Let's talk about coping strategies. Let's talk about some coping strategies while we experience this uncertainty with COVID-19. Some coping strategies. And this information, I said, CompSci does a good job. Number 1 is avoiding coping. Avoidance coping, I should say. Avoidance. I mean, you're just kind of going to avoid it. Forget it. It ain't there. Going to limit your exposure to stuff that's going to trigger you to have emotions. Another strategy, avoidance strategy is to take some time off. Get away. That's a good thing. Sometimes you just need to get away. Still away. One of my greatest heroes, Jesus Christ, got away sometime. Just got away and thought about it. Sometimes I have to get away. I like getting away on the fishing bank. Haven't been doing too well lately, but I'm planning on upping my game real soon. All right. But sometimes you have to get away. Another thing is, avoidance is not discussing the situation. Just forget it. Forget it. Another one is just socially, just withdraw. Just, I'll see y'all later. Don't want to even be around you. Now, some are coping by using alcohol, spending more money than they have, overeating. I'm not here to beat you up. I'm just saying that may not be good, okay? Because after you feel good, it's still gonna be. You still got to deal with it, right? Maybe you're eating too much comfort food. It looks like I've ate just a little bit lately more than I should, okay? But we have to deal with that. We have to deal with that and take proper measures for it not to hurt you so you can go forward, all right? Let's talk about some control coping. Control coping. That's things that you can control, things that you can do. When you get up in the morning, ask yourself some questions. What are my choices? What is something that I can do today to make my day better? Okay? Ask yourself those questions. Talk back to you so you can deal with you and manage you. I do it. I tell people it's all right to talk to yourself, and you can answer every once in a while, but don't answer a whole lot. Then that's another seminar we have to do for you. Also, focus on the results. Focus on results. What am I gonna get done today? What goals am I gonna meet? What milestones I'm going to meet today? How many things I can cross off my list today? Think of on the positive, okay? Positive. On results. Think about results, okay? You're looking for results. Also, focus on the positive, okay? Focus on the positive. I'm a very positive thinking person, okay? Because as a person think in his mind, so is he. So I understand that. All right. So focus on the positive. All right. What can I be? What can I thank God for? What can I be grateful for? Hey, I'm here. I have a job. It's people who have lost their job in business that may or may not ever open again. Focus on something positive. I know there's a lot of negative things all around us, a bunch of negativism, but you don't have to walk in that or fish in that pond. You don't have to walk through those woods. You can walk in the place of positive thinking where, guess what? The birds are chirping. The grass is growing. All right? The sky is blue. Even though it may be some clouds in it, all right? Think on the positive. It'll help you. Find a way to help other people. Find a way to help other people. I was just talking to some people this morning about how can we help other people? How can we do something that maybe others are not doing? Because when you give of yourself, it helps you with yourself. So see how you can help somebody else. Now, next thing is moving forward. You got to move forward. You got to get some understanding, social awareness, and relationship management. So you got to get some understanding. You got to have some social awareness. Social awareness is having empathy, is seeing what's going on, not with you, but what's going on with others. So if you're going to move forward, then it has to be some empathy. You got to see, how can I help other people? What are they going through? I know I'm going through, but what are they going through? And then we have to bring that all together and manage those relationships. Now it's not the time to fall out of friends, to beat your boss up or your leader or whatever. Now it's the time to say, okay, hey, that person that maybe you are leading, now it's not the time to, just say I'm done with you. You don't know what people are going through right now. So all of us have to have some empathy on one another and talk to one another and say, hey, is something going on that I need to know about? Can I help you anyway? Do you want me to pray for you? Or do you want me to just think about you? Or whatever it may be, okay, I'm here. I want to help you. That is so important. That you do that, okay? So important that we do those things in order to move forward. We got to manage ourselves as individuals. We're gonna move forward. As I said, got to manage ourselves as individuals. Okay, what we're gonna do? How we're gonna do it? where we're going, where we going to go. Those things are important for you to be and do and go forward. Because the deal is, the world is still moving. It may be moving slower, but it's moving, and it's going to continue to move. Okay, and we have to move with it. Things are going to be opening up soon, right? Not, I don't think in a mass exodus to get out the house way, even though some of us want to get out, okay? But in a very strategic way, I'm thinking that's going to happen. And so now, how do you move forward? How do I tell myself to put on a mask if I have to, and not feel funny, and not feel judged or whatever it may be? We have to deal with ourselves as individuals, and then those who we are serving, and those who we are helping, and those that we love. Very important that we do this. And we can do this. We absolutely can. It's going to take some work, but we can do it, okay? We just got to cope with it. Also, when we move forward, we got to maintain top quality performance. Our performance can't go down. We can't give excuses. Listen, excuses are smoke screens for the uncommitted. Excuses are smoke screens for the uncommitted. We have to keep going forward. Now, let me do something here. I think, and this is a formula that most of you have seen, ever seen in my teachings. It's Jack Canfield. It's not mine. I use it all the time, but it's so powerful, especially during this time. E plus R equals O. And the E stands for environment. COVID-19 is our environment right now. Okay? The R stands for response. The O stands for outcome. All right? We all want to have a high performance. We all want to have great outcome. Okay? Outcome in your business, outcome as an individual, outcome, okay, in your arena of work, outcome, great outcomes in your family, okay? We can control our outcome by our response to COVID-19, to the environment. The environment is COVID-19 right now. How are you going to respond? Because your response to whatever happens every single day will determine your outcome of what you get. You can throw up your hands. You can just say, forget it. Or you can say, I can do all things. You can say that, all right? That's what I say. I say through him who loves me. That's what I say. I don't know what you say, okay? But the deal is, how are you going to respond? What response are you going to do in order to get the outcomes that you thought about before COVID-19? Before COVID-19 showed up, you had some goals. You had some dreams. You had some things you want to do in your department. You had some things you want to do at your house. You had some things you want to do, okay, with the people that work with you, okay? Maybe it's the DSPs. Maybe it's your manager or whatever. You had some positive things you wanted. You saw some great outcome. Don't stop believing. Don't stop going forward. Change our response is what we need to do. We need to start coming up with different responses, because that response will determine, 1 plus 1 equals 2. Last time I checked. If I get rid of the 1 and put in a 0, I never get to 2. 1 plus 0 does not equal 2. Simple math. It equals 1. My response totally determines the end of my equation. And I respond with 1 so I can get to 2. That's what I respond to in everything that I do. Everything. Okay? And I'm encouraging you to do the same. So let's talk about how we can help others to feel safe. Let's talk about that, and then I'm going to let you go to lunch, or maybe you're eating right now, which is good. How are we going to help others to feel safe? First of all, let's put the threat in perspective. Let's put COVID-19 in perspective. Let's not give it more fear than it deserves. Caution, okay? Physical distancing, understand that many people are dying. Okay? Let's acknowledge that. But let's put the threat in perspective. Okay? So that you can have the right viewpoint on life and what you're doing. Put it in perspective of, guess what? We're gonna make it through this. We will make it through. We will come on out on the other side. We will not be the same. Perspective. Things will be different, but things will not cease. And so we got to put that in perspective. Avoid exaggerated phrases like, this is the worst ever. Everything I do, I can't, nothing works out for me. We just exaggerated expressions. We all doomed. Every company is going to fail. Our country is doomsday is here. You can say those things, but you may want to avoid some of those exaggerated expressions and just say what's going on. Get through all the stuff and get to the facts. Get to what's really going on. What's going on in our area? What's going on in your area? Michael Harris there in New York. What's going on in your area? There up there in Buffalo area, whatever. What's going on up there? What's going on? Joseph Ali in London. He did a FaceTime me the other day, going to get something to eat and showing me how things going on in London. Get the facts, okay? Get what's going on so you can make the right decision. Let's talk about it. Talk about the measures, okay? Let's talk about kids not going to school. Let's talk about that they want to go. Let's talk about graduation is different. Let's talk about them missing their prom and how, many of them, and how, we can do something to help that. Let's talk about those type things. So we can be in this to help one another. So we can make it through. So we can be better from the experience. Okay? A couple things I want to say to you. Relax and decompress more. Relax and decompress more. Start breathing deeply. Exercise. I was out walking yesterday. Get some exercise. Okay? It'll help you stress get off of you. Get some proper sleep. A lot of us don't sleep enough. Time to get some proper sleep. If you need professional help through this, get professional help. That's not a bad thing. You're helping you. Remember, you are important. Not just other people, you first. Love you first. Then you can love other people. But also, let's talk to one another. Let's help out one another. Let's have compassion for one another. Let's not make things so political and so this and so that. Okay, we are in this together. 6 feet apart, but we're in it together. And so because we're in this together, we are going to stand up and help one another through this. We're going to get through this. I know it's been tough. I know it's been rough. We had to change a lot of things in our company, those of you who's on with Ability Plus, and I'm sure those friends who's on right now, you've had to change things in the companies that you run or are part of. I mean, things have changed. Maybe you're working from home. Maybe you a bunch of Zoom meetings. Somebody told me the other day, they said, man, I'm so tired of Zoom meetings. I just want to talk to somebody, be in a room with them, slide them a cup of coffee or whatever. These things are happening. We understand that. But guess what? We're going to make it. And we're adjusting. We're adjusting on the fly sometimes. Sometimes we're making it up as we go, strategically, getting all the information we need. But I'm telling you this right now. We are going to make it. We're going to be better from it. We just got to cope with it. And guess what? Just relax, decompress, deal with all the situations, all the problems and opportunities that come our way. Deal with them. And you're going to do it. It's inside of you. I want you to know greatness is in you. It's going to take some work to get it out of all of us, but it's inside of you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Don't ever forget that, okay? And you're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to be better from the situation, all right? So, no bad days. We have some bad moments in the day, but no bad day. We can't afford to have a bad day. We're taking care of people. We are helping people. We are doing, a great work, okay? So, no bad days. You got me? None. All right? So here's the deal. It's Super Sunday. It's Marvelous Monday. It's Terrific Tuesday. It's Wonderful Wednesday. It's Triumphant Thursday. It's Fantastic Friday. And it's Successful Saturday. I'm Doc Rock. You join me at the top. See y'all later. Love you.